It's Week 16 of the NFL, and we'll see the Colts leader at quarterback. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Colts and the Bills under the lights on Sunday night.
From the home of the Bills since 1973, we are at Highmark Stadium, just south of downtown Buffalo. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, it's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Second down, another run with Taylor. Still about 3 yards shy of the first as the 4-yard pickup brings him to 3rd down.
And Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench, just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's got Rome. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, career touchdown number 136, tying him with Marshall Faulk for 7th on the all-time list. And the Colts have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
72 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Throwing on 1st down. Bean. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man-covers were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25.
Back to Taylor on 1st down.
And able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Bean. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Terrell Edmunds comes flying in from safety for the sack. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And it's actually been out of the backfield, handing the ball off where they've had a lot of success. So if you're the quarterback, do you just maybe say, you know, maybe this isn't my day, our running game's going so well, you just continue to lean on that?
I agree. That's exactly what you do. And you have to kind of take your ego and put it aside, because you always think your next throw is going to be your best throw, right? Your next play is going to be your best play. Lean on what's working for you right now. That should help carry your team to victory if things keep going in the direction that they are.
Yeah, because the formula has them the lead currently. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
Oh, good move. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Once more with Taylor. 134 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Working with a 2nd and 4. Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
Ball start.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Looking to throw. Bean. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He hasn't had his best day. They have been good running. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. He's going up top for Taylor,
and this will be caught at the 30.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Brock Purdy, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Jamar Chase, a touchdown catch in the victory. And lastly, we'll wrap up the week on Monday Night Football. Definitely one to tune in for, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Tennessee Titans. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And they've had their way running the football, well over 100 yards already as a team, with 2 more quarters to come. Meanwhile, for the Bills, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Well, the Colts ready to go to work to start the 3rd quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it is really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor, 75 yards. And the Colts come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
230 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Bean.
He's going to find Taylor downfield. It's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 57 yards. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Here's Taylor again. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches
a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown. Michael Pittman, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Colts get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a Wellington?
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Ready up!
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. That one caught downfield. It's Hooper. The 40, the 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Indianapolis. Austin Hooper, 95 yards. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter. Good second.
Ready!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Off the bootleg. Bean sliding. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Gregory Rousseau. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Out to his left. Pass complete on the crossing route. This is Hooper. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a give to Taylor. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Bills' 19-yard line.
Looking to throw. Bean. Pass out left, caught by Woods. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Colts continue to run up the score. They lead it big. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Colts. Paris Campbell, 83 yards. And the Colts have widened the gap now to 50 points. Well, when coaches come in... And the Colts coming out now. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it's...
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile we do have an injured player. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That good for 19 and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
It's caught by Hooper. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 27 yards there, first down.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. Now they nabbed the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
The give to Taylor. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that would certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because...
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Indianapolis,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they run their mark to 15-0 on the year.
And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Bills, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they will get